Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the San Francisco 49ers and the Los Angeles Rams. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Right out of the gates, Lance going to the air.
That'll be caught by Rice. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved. Able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guys. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. A big play there for the Niners. 42 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10.
Lance getting this out wide to Ayuk.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be second and goal.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with third down upcoming. So now things get interesting on third and goal from the 1.
This almost becomes a Darwinian call, doesn't it? Almost survival of the fittest here. I know we can go all cliche. I'll go ahead and do it. Who wants it more here? Who has a better leverage at the line of scrimmage? Let's go.
Touchdown 49ers. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Niners are on the board first on the road here in L.A. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Stafford and the Rams come up first and 10.
At the 20. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. second down.
Well, this defense for the Niners, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground. Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Now it's Stafford.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
And with the play clock running out, Sean McVay will take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Fourth down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. And with the play clock about to expire, Kyle Shanahan's going to use a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for 3rd down. Throwing now is Lance. Airing this one out for Evans. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, that play there was certainly a scouting report special because coverage was all too aware that this close to the end zone, he's going to become a bigger weapon for that offense. And they were there to help force the incompletion.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away.
And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game. Or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a first down. After one, 7-0, on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, the Rams at 2-4 here in the first half of the year. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They get the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. And the slot man goes in motion left. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. A gain of a yard on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Riley Dixon now to punt it away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this out past the 10.
From the gun on third down, Lance.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest with a guy with that type of speed. You do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Oh, look at the juke. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt.
And they will take over first and 10.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues. Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43.
That's a gain of 13, first down Rams. There are times on carries like that where he looks a little bit older than his rookie status.
How many times have we talked when we've gone out to dinner about how precocious these youngsters are that come into the NFL now? They play at a higher level at a younger age. The stars aren't quite in their eyes as much as they used to be, huh?
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And down to the 36-yard line here.
Second down and 3.
And they'll send the slot in motion left.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. Could be some contact going on.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. And they're able to pick up the first and keep possession. Wow, first and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
You know I always talk about when teams line up for long field goals, that you should be in a safe defense.
Right.
But you're also in a position here where this is a makeable kick. So rushing it is also part of this strategy. Maybe they use their aggressiveness against them on that fake.
Yeah, with a low trajectory, they're coming in hot, trying to block it. You're right, and obviously it worked out. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes a defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Stafford. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jason Verrett.
And the 49ers are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. And the defense, Charles, they bent a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal there, the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them out of the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they may be content to take this 7-0 lead into the locker room. We'll see.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
First down, 49ers.
Now Evans in motion left. Lance now on 1st down.
This is caught by Evans. Taking it right down Broadway.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone.
Lance going to throw. He'll get this out right here to McCaffrey. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. Ooh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard.
Now Lance.
He finds his man complete. That's Rice. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. And that extra yardage makes this upcoming field goal attempt much more manageable.
Agreed, because when you talk to defensive coordinators, they always tell us the 35-yard line on our side of the field, that's the line we guard the most aggressively, because once they get there, they believe they're in field goal range.
A final shot before half for Lance.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So we've reached halftime with just the lone touchdown here. 7-0 is our score. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 52 yards rushing forward. The ball game now on 14 carries. That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the third quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off.
And the slot man goes in motion left. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards.
Well, I think after that run, the defense get back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Hands it off out of the gun.
And some room to roam now. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts, because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
They'll try the jet sweep. Stafford pops it forward.
Heck of a broken tackle, but only able to work this down near the 23.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
They run a draw here on second down. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Throwing is Stafford.
Fires the out route and completes it to Harris.
And out of bounds right around the 20. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And Gay knocks this one through. And they're on the board, but still trailing in 7-3.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, 49ers. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. They got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
Now goal for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
Makes the score Niners 14, Rams 3. Robbie Gould to kick off for San Francisco.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. The Georgia man, Roquan Smith, came in and got him.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Kupp. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And the slot man goes in motion left. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Stafford. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 40. Stafford to his number 1 guy, Kupp, for Los Angeles first.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Now Stafford. That's into the hands of Tutu Atwell. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety and being able to hit people with the run and the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the Niners are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now, and it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. The offense on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. That's caught. It's McCaffrey again. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
Always important as a defender on third down to keep the play in front of you and make sure you don't give up enough space that they can make a move on you in the open field. Try as he might, he wasn't able to get to the first down marker. Excellent defense, good tackling.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Stafford. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Before that last pass, 2 interceptions had already been thrown. And this last one tipped in the air, which means everyone on defense is almost fighting each other in order to get to the football to try and make it a third. Once you've thrown a couple, it's almost like a swarm of bees going after the ball. And in this case, they weren't able to get there before it fell to the ground.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. And he will find Atwell. That's complete. And he is going to have the Rams first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. And this is intercepted. Sear Adderley. And the 49ers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. In motion left is Rice. That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
A gain of 12. 1st down, San Francisco.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On 1st down, Lance. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Here's Lance.
And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's second and goal.
And Lance now to throw.
Under pressure, and they got to him again.
2 straight sacks have him backed up now for a third and goal. Lance looking to throw it.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They love to try to take advantage of his height, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them try to run it back and try it again. Maybe with a little less mustard on the throw.
Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on fourth down. This will be a 34-yard attempt. The kick by Gold is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the fourth.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled into 20.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward. Well, they've certainly had trouble unlocking this defense through 3.5 quarters. So I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there.
On second and 10, Stafford. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. And the slot man goes in motion left. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. And that one, Charles, is just going to about wrap up what was no doubt a dominating defensive performance.
Yeah, I don't care what team it is. I don't care who you play, whether they're strong offensively or not. Just giving up 3 points in the NFL, that's absolutely a dominant performance and one that they can build on.
Lance now on first down.
And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown.
And this win now going to look a little more lopsided on the scoreboard, CD. Now, some may have run out the clock in that scenario, but they wanted to put their foot on the gas, get one more touchdown, and they did just that.
Well, partner, I would say the traditionalists not overly excited about that score. They'd like to see the game played a little bit differently. But what you can't argue with is their execution of that play, because